Hello. Did you survive the ads? Oh, dang. I am seeing that it says that an ad is starting in 1.5 minutes. So apparently my running of ads did nothing. That's lovely. To what do we owe the pleasure? Hello. Happy New Year. It's been a while. There's an incoming ad break. Well, I've been thinking of getting back to streaming for a while. Um, how do I put it? It just hasn't been prioritized, and I haven't really been working on things that I could be showing publicly, anyways. So, uh, been catching up basically. However, today I thought I would be working on a some artwork for a zine. But well, outbreak. Right, so it says. Hmm. But I'm not sure if the stream manager is lying to me or what. I don't trust it. It doesn't seem to be doing the stuff that it says it's gonna do. So I don't know. You tell me if there are ads. Otherwise, well, if not, I could probably get started. Hmm. Yeah. It says now, ad starting soon. Ad in progress. 2 minutes. I don't get it. It it just sucks. You can't. It can't be trusted. So, zine things. Um, Twitch sucks. Face it. I don't know. Streaming used to be simple to do. I suppose the times we live in have become different in a way. However, my impression is that there's so much bloat. Anyway, I started out this morning trying to just prep a new um, little overlay, just these simple bars at the top and bottom. If I manage to get into streaming on a more regular basis, maybe I could do some more decorations. But we'll see. Hopefully this year I'll be doing more comic work as well. Um, yeah, since I'm out of a job, it's not like I have anything better to do. A snow fairy. Where is it? I am seeing no snow fairies. On top of the R. No, that's a. I dub it the rice tit because it is shaped like an onigiri. So it's a nice rice tit. But I'm sure they're pretty spotted in the winter. Looks tasty. No, don't eat my precious little buddies. Yeah, I've been looking at this art that I did ages ago, and while I like it, it has lots of, well, it is artwork. It has ink. It has the expression and everything, but the colors are all over the place. So this toned down piece, I figured was a good background image. But yeah, this is just my desktop background. Whee! All right, so I should get into the zine working. Deadline is like at the end of this month, so I gotta finish stuff. So let's see, what do I have? Clip Studio. Oh yeah, right. I was doing this and forgot to put it away. Save. This is me. I mean, I was kind of ready to start streaming at 9, and then I started messing around, trying to prepare some last minute things, and just never got into it. There we are. Scene drawing. Yay. So I suppose I should list a warning for anyone watching the video in post of this recording that this will, my, how do I put it? There will be dead animals. So if people don't like seeing dead animals, then view at your own discretion, I guess. It is kind of wholesome though. However, while I'm streaming, I might have to hop away to chase birds away from spots they're not supposed to sit, because they are just there are birds in the room and they are doing their thing, free flying around. Now, so I have like 4 pages, I guess, I'm working on for the Pigeon zine. One is, I think, finished, which is this piece of work. I've been thinking about angels and what pigeon angels would look like. So, although this stream is going to contain dead animals, it will be more in the comforting, wholesome sense for my part. I'm not sure if people will agree, but I find this both comforting and hilarious and powerful. And what else do I have? I'll probably be working on this page here. It's a comic page of sorts. We got, yeah, a very weak sketch here. I stopped working yesterday because I was drawing this pigeon over here, this boy, and I was like, okay, there is no more energy to be spent on drawing anything proper. So I gave up for yesterday. I might use that buddy as a sketch, but we got this. Now, my document is a bit laggy, which is probably oh, sorry, I saw a bird fell to the floor. It is going to be distracting, I know. I was saying, yes, I'm keeping like 4 illustrations, full illustrations, all on the same document. I'm using the animation timeline as like a page manager. for silly reasons. I don't have to do it this way. I should probably, actually, I'm going to do that. Going to first off save this, which will take forever. Since this illustration here is done, so I will separate it from the other pages. There we are, it's saved. Now duplicate this page in the page manager, like so. This is the necessary step, which is open that page there and delete the others. Here we go. Delete that too. Now it's only what is known as frame 5. There we go. Single. Saving. It's fairly big too. My RAM is about to come an angel too. Oh, don't mention it. It hurts. Yeah, RAM is hating me. CPU is okay with me, but RAM, yeah. RAM is a problem. I would love to have more. Do you know where I can get more? Like, I keep almost killing this machine every darn time. Okay, then we delete this, frame 5, and then we have to go into the actual layers and delete the frame 5. I'm not allowed to delete frame 5. Hello? Did I lock something? Oh, okay. There. What DDR is it? How do I check that? Hold on. I can. If I just turn this off. Let's see. Do I go to like settings or something? Computer. Is it about the computer thing? About your PC. Loggy options. Maybe. What happened is DDR? I mean, I have the processor, installed RAM, device ID. That one you're not getting. Oh, DDR3 it says. 16 gigs of RAM. I no idea what does the numbers mean? Will you enlighten me? Huh. Yeah, well, this is this might be an old computer. You're right. Hmm. Hmm. That sounds fortunate. Well, we the other day we went out to get a new hard drive actually, and it was expensive. Well, mine wasn't. I think mine was okay. It was just an SSD, 2 terabytes, which was okay. Hmm. I might look into it. Thank you for the advice. Now, okay, let's get Pigeon in. I got this page. This page here. There's still some heavy loading times on this. Here we have a wee baby angel. This one is almost done. It just lacks something to tie together and get better readability, possibly. Yeah, also coloring the pigeons in the background. You got some pigeon butts and a dead baby. All right, I should probably disable preview, and that tends to be expensive. So DDR4, what does it mean? Does it one thing is what uses it, but what is it? Is it like the port or reading technology, or it's just newer? It all sounds good. Uh, you know, technology, fast fashion. I wonder which one I like the least, actually. Squab hairs. Okay, we gotta dress up this little squab. He's got squabs have these yellow hairs. Well, thankfully this old PC is old. It's secondhand already. When the dude got his new machine, I just snatched this one. It's terrible though. The C disk system disk has like 100 gigs space, so it's almost full. That is annoying, which is why we bought the new hard drive. Like, I haven't bothered cleaning out of this computer, partially from fear that there is something that might be useful. Not that the man is worried. But since every program, it just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and every program prefers to, and usually isn't configured anymore to not be installed on the C drive, it fills up very quickly. All right. I am distracted, so let's see if we can get some painting done. I've been liking to use just a color shifting brush lately. Let's see, I did have a color mixing palette here that I can use. But yeah, 100 gigs is too small. Oop, I'm sorry. All right, we've started. Yay! I'm just noting down every color I'm using here. These pigeons are just side creatures. They're not important. They are actually kind of besides the point. It's 10. You should go to the gym. But why? Why would you go to the gym when your good friend Grus is streaming? Right, you are. You are the worst friend. Finally, I bother putting up a stream and nobody wants to watch. Watch me draw the silly pigeon butts. But it's fine. I won't stop you. If you want to go, you just go. See if I care. Yeah. No, I really appreciate that you pop out just to come by and say hi. It's very nice. Very kind of you. Whoops. You were supposed to be there 2 hours ago. Okay. That's a bit rough. tail or straw. That is a straw. Some decoration for the pigeon nest. You know, pigeon nests gotta look pristine. But yeah, it's a straw and a twig. Yes, the twig can be lighter. Maybe even have some simple details on it. Wait. Christmas candy cane. Yeah. I suppose this is just me showing that I'm old. This is like this classic plastic straw. But do we even have plastic straws anymore? I forget. Okay. Paper straws have that design too. Oh, whew. Good. Thank you. I was getting worried. All right. This is good enough for now. I do feel there is something to be done about the text readability. Yeah, because you have that. Right. I'm not sure how to go about this, actually. Is this doing anything? No. It is not. What happened? Oh, selection still active. There you go. Okay. Now. Yeah. I feel these text balloons, or I'm not sure how you would put it, they are a bit too harsh. And I do struggle with having best readability going on and focus in general. Like where I would like the eyes to go is perhaps like so. Well, ideally, actually, like that. But you will be scrolling through there. So if I somehow can make it sort of brighter around here for any reason, that would help. Like ideally, I wouldn't even use these text thingies. It's just that you can't really have that much of a mid-tone in that spot if you want the text to be readable. However, yeah, I was going to look up some pigeon pictures. I need my reference. Let's see. Pigeon. There we go. Some scruffy pigeon. Yeah. Away with that plan. For now. Back to painting on this buddy. They are surprisingly bright, actually. Okay, I gotta have new windows so I can see what I'm doing. This is going to be printed in like A5. So it's nice to see how it reads. Here we go. I'm low-key thinking of wanting to draw a little pigeon companion as decoration for the stream. Yeah, that would be cute. A few moments ago, I was preparing for stream, so I went away from the keyboard for a second, and suddenly both of them were just tapping around on my desk. Like some little helpers. And I'm thankful that they did not poop anywhere. Okay, let's get that classic pigeon sheen going. Mm-hmm. Add glow. Maybe not glow. Hmm. Yes, add glow. And then stronger saturation. Yeah. Should randomly fly around the screen. That would require animation though. Wait. You know, I am lazy. I'm not sure if I want to do animation. Shit though. Now I wonder, could I somehow make this. Ooh. I sure do like it brighter. But it feels too red. Well, this helps leading a bit. Oh, whoa. That feels crazy. Hard to believe that this dark version is what I initially had, and having brightened it up, well, kind of intense, but uh, looking at the original now is just like, oh, it's all green and dull and can't see. Oh, how do we go about that? Should probably, if I can just paint in some, like the areas where shadow will be. I think in general, this here is in shadow. So probably this whole part of the house is dark. This is just rough to see if I can come up with something that is not ultra bad. But I wasn't really going to work on this one. Arg. I mean, in practice, this one it could be. This could pass as finished. At this point, it's more about getting it more tied together and everything. Then comparing to, oh wow. I do like the glow it gives, though it's not subtle enough. So I'll probably want it. Yeah, that lowers the contrast a bit without being too intrusive. I also like the blended version. It's less harsh. Okay, that is good. Save progress. Save progress. There's always the little tweak you gotta do. Okay, now for the less finished page, the preceding page. And we have, I just need to draw generic city urban scape with dumb birds on it. Let's call this folder ink. Okay, Mr. Flying Bird. You know, in regards to stream decoration, you could have a bird that comes up, sits somewhere, and hops back down. That could be cute. Not too much flying around, just sitting there for a while and then leaving later. Like Clippy. Yes. Maybe he even pecks at the screen because he's trying to tell you that it looks like you're trying to do something. Have you considered going about it like this? Have you considered subscribing to Grusart? Yeah. Like, comment, and subscribe. Okay. This is a sweet, sweet dummy. This bird is going to be so small. I'm not sure how much detail I could even stuff in there. Doesn't have to be very accurate, even. Well, I appreciate that you're not leaving me just yet. But you are prepping for the gym, right? You're prepping to take care of your body. Yes, I appreciate you being here. Be it from laziness or whatever. It's fine, I'm lazy too. That's also why I haven't been streaming in a while. You know what feels bad? I shouldn't say it though. I mean, I feel like I am robbing people. If they do like, uh, what is it? If they do a subscription, I'm like, yeah, well, there's no guarantee I'm gonna be streaming anymore this month or whatever. To be fair, Christmas takes some space. If it wasn't for lots of things, I would probably have kept up streaming. But I am hoping for good things this year. Probably, question mark, hopefully. I'll be working on commission stuff if I get any, and comic stuff. Hopefully, mostly hopefully comic stuff. That one is like, it is my white whale, as my publisher tends to say. Okay, we have a bird. You're also a white whale. You didn't tell me about your gambling issues. You don't need to talk about it if you don't want to. Yeah, I don't go to the gym. I just rely on taking walks, which I had the vision to be doing quite on the regular at like noon. But it is winter and cold. So wheezing up a steep hill in cold weather, it somehow doesn't seem as appealing. Today is going to be sunny and 0 degrees. That's why this buddy here is all fluffed up, because he's cold and possibly sick or whatever. But we don't talk about that. Like it says, life isn't kind to city pigeons. Now, I feel like I am sort of avoiding drawing the cityscape here. Should probably fix that. We'll see. See if I can come up with something building-like. Do we have a calligraphy pen? Yes, we do. Angle. Wrong angle. Angle. Do we have to 90 degrees? Okay, okay. Nice, I guess. Cityscape. Do. I'm just completely ripping off something I saw my buddy doing this flat brush stuff. Wait. Surely this looks like some sort of cityscape. It starts in 6 minutes. Woohoo. There we go. We got some kind of horizon going on. Do we want... I suppose most cityscapes are sort of flat horizon-wise. There's often maybe not that many mountains around. Maybe it's just Eternal City. What a depressing place. We've been at it for 1 hour. Okay, here we go. This text felt a little, how do I put it? Unshrimp? Oh, there. Dang. Look at you. Unshrimping, it's fine. There we go. It even cracks in the back. Funny thing, I experienced that the more I exercise straightening my back and pulling back my shoulders, my sternum, I think it's called, the middle of your chest rib cage, it just starts getting crackly. Hasn't popped in a while, but it sure feels not quite as intended. Don't crack. Well, it's hard to do. If you're trying to straighten your back and you pull back your shoulders, if it does crack, like what am I supposed to do? You only have one. But I don't understand. You were a smoker. Well, it doesn't hurt, it just says crackle. If that makes sense. Pops. Like your knuckles would. Clanker. Parched calculator cokers. Who wants to be a parched calculator anyway? Right, here we go. I think I can do like clouds. Is that its own thing? Like, do they care? Well, if I want readability, we can have clouds overlapping text area. I like that natural way of doing it. Convenient cloud, indeed. Uh-oh, there's an ad countdown. perfect time to shoo. Oh. Right then. Good luck at the gym, I guess. And starting soon. There it is, or so it says. Dang, get up and stretch. I'll also mute for a bit. I'll just BRB. All right, I'm back. Back stretched and performing some hand care while I stretch. Oop. Mm-hmm. There we are. All right. Feel these clouds are sort of a decent general shape. Could maybe even rotate. Yeah, that's better. I think we can work with this. I'm not exactly liking where I'm taking this. It is good enough for what it does. I just wonder, there is a blender here, right? Isn't it? Oh yes, texture blender. There we go. I think that's alright. At least as a start. The cityscape itself, it's probably a bit grayish. I mean, it's a city. Cities are bad. There we go, simple. Just hide the sketch for a while. For this one, here's a place where actually applying some contrast would be nice. Hmm. What sort of middle tone of that color there? So maybe? Remember to hydrate. Now, I should probably actually draw the star of the show at that little squab. Look away, sensitive souls. There is death. I can't really see with this background. Yeah, there we go. Now let's see. What was I doing? Right, I was going to share a link. There we go. All right. Dead page. I'm not actually getting this to look like a proper squab. I should probably Google that. Pigeon squab. They are silly looking creatures. And they look so dumb. Like, how do you make a readable expression of an animal that you shouldn't really anthropomorphize? I'm just drawing this. Like, most people don't even know what a baby pigeon looks like. So if I'm inaccurate, it doesn't matter. There we go. Some sort of bird's F. F indeed. F to this bird. Then we can do that thing there. Hit my magic button there. Watch the magic happen. Fix weird shit. And then, oops, delete. Time flies. Let's see. How are we doing? We are doing birds. Let's see, there's some hatching here, which I don't like, I think. I'll be looking at the background later, I think. I'll be having to get some base color on these pigeons first. But I think I can hide the sketch for now. Mm-hmm. Borbs, borbs, borbs. Now, for anyone wondering, I didn't bother putting on music today. I wish I had like access to just the ambient vibes of a video game. I usually use Ocarina of Time streams as radio for my own part. And I partially feel bad for not giving people anything else to listen to. Like sometimes I've been playing off Nintendo music and stuff, but I don't know, it doesn't feel quite right. Now I should probably draw a checkered pigeon. I'm trying to figure out a way of coloring that I enjoy more. What I used to do was filling in all the flat colors and everything, and then soft brushing stuff to death to make a full piece come together. But it doesn't quite feel how do I put it? Something about it is very tedious, and I very quickly lose interest in doing it. It is a shame. I just feel like I don't have the strength to continue coloring or even get to the point where I can actually do coloring. And usually the flat colors are, for functionality, they are just all wrong, which distracts me from doing colors, like thinking how it should end up looking. And I find that to be a struggle as well. So I'm not entirely sure what to do. I do like this way of painting, though it does have some issues to it. Like, for example, that when using a brush that does blending, you would often accidentally blend into something like colors on the edge or whatnot. There are some functions to counter that, which unfortunately I don't really like. You have there's this edge detecting technology that works, but it relies on you never placing the middle of the brush past the edge point, otherwise it'll flip over. So that isn't quite the thing for me. What else? I'm not sure. There is a strategy though to work with it. I found is just doing the new painting stuff on a different layer usually helps, and then merging it afterwards. But I'm not sure if I do feel that I have the proper control. Like, I'm terrified of not being able to edit things easily. So there's something about finding that level of detail I want to work with. That doesn't come in the way, but also isn't impossible to make changes to if I need to. It is incredibly boring to have to, say, reselect areas that you don't have any selection guides for or anything like that. So I do like having flats, but they're also tedious and they're very disturbing to look at. Very much in the way, even. Now, let's make this a checkered pigeon. Is that even what they call it? You end up just looking dirty. Oh, I guess he is. He's but a dirty pidge. And his body all fluffed up. Yeah, I dislike having too many layers. So I'm sort of trying to figure out the balance there. Yeah, that's good enough. There we have it. City pigeon. This too is looking very dull. Now we gotta color in the squab. Little squabberino. What even do they look like? I guess I gotta bring up the reference again. They're often quite gray, but also slightly pink in places. Doesn't need to be too complex. They have like purple feet, dark feet. Piece of dead meat. I sometimes think about like the way a living thing or the perception of something, a living thing changes once it dies. I know some people they tend to say that it's like they are not there anymore, and so the body just ends up being more like an object, just a thing sitting there, no longer alive. I think I like that thought though. It's sort of peaceful in a way. I mean, it is of course a sad thing if something or someone, well, someone is gone. Uh, that is of course sad times usually. But if they are gone, it's more like they left the room and you cannot see them anymore. And so it's not like one does constantly think of it or think of them when they are just away in the kitchen or like out and about. Like you don't think about it that way. So when people are gone or when they die, it sort of becomes that again. It might not be true for everyone. Like, of course, people handle and perceive all those things differently and have different ideas about it. Here is a dead golden nugget. Hmm. Now what? There is some readability I could work with, I think. Squab hairs. That's what we call it. Totally. Let's see. Panel BG. Pane BG. Panel BG. There we go. I think the clouds need just a smidge more space over in this direction. And I wonder if I should do like the same lighting hack that I'm testing out on the other frame here. I'll see about it. Whoa, this one is so red. What we got? Let's see. Divide. Let me see if I can unred it. Yeah, that's better, I think. Now, if we do the same here, we just fix this. We want it above. I'm not sure if the cityscape needs this kind of treatment. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Now I'm trying to keep this simple, not to go overboard. Might not be super cohesive, but it's fine. It's fine. Let's see, if I want to focus on the panel there, I can deselect the bird fill. Mm-hmm. For this, I should probably worry more about the cityscape. I think I'll do that. Come on. Mm-hmm. Then it sort of looks better without the inks. God dang. What do I do? Now to see if I can brighten up the dark image below. Thinking that I might want just something soft. You can use that brightness. Oh, oops. If I could use that brightness and put it on here somehow to make it feel like we are like panning down towards the gutter, or like the backyard or whatever. But I don't think I have the right colors for it going on. I could try doing it manually instead. Let's see what we got. We have just different steps of background, it seems. Yeah. So I might as well work on top of that. Can make another layer to play with. Save. Can't believe it's gone another hour. So, okay, here we are. Right, I might want a different brush shape for this actually. So if I can just open this, find a different brush tip. Let me see. I don't want proper square. Is this a good one? Not a good tag. I like this triangle brush, but I don't think it's right for this. I could try this one. See what that is. Kind of soft, kind of squarish. Might work. Let's try. I just don't quite know how to go about defining this brick with with enough contrast but not too much. Something to help readability would be nice. Anyone hear that? Barely. There are pigeons having a moment. Hmm. Now this gradient is a bit too expressive, I'd say. Or too bright. Oh. I feel stuck. This is what happens when I start out something and don't really plan ahead or sketch enough. I've been lazy and only jotted down the idea without actually drawing out the composition or background elements, which leaves me less. How do I put it? It's less clear to me where to go forward with this. So, like, if I had, for example, sketched down the actual brick wall, would that help? I don't know. But I want there to be higher contrast around the squab. If I can, I would like to use, like, hard light, maybe? Like, I have this pencil brush that can be thin or thick, depending on need. It kind of works well for making things look a bit dusty or dirty. But I don't like the color. Let's see. Purple, purple. Maroon. How I should be thinking about this is just making the sketch happen. It doesn't need to be the final thing. Like, we could have like a banana peel. To give the impression that it's somewhere trashy, like in a backyard. Or a dark alley. I'm getting hungry though, so I might quit soon. Especially if the birds start making noise. Yeah. It might be time for me to call it. I should probably look up what drains are supposed to look like. Like, what do you call them? Those pipes that catch the water from the roof. Pebbles here. Well, I would love for this to point at the squab. Maybe it still can. But usually those things point away from the building. If I really want to sell the urban look, I should go for straighter lines, possibly. I'm not sure why brick is what I think of when I want to do back alley stuff. But I do kind of want it to seem neglected, poorly kept. Now we're getting close to something. Use some hatching to diffuse it a little. Yeah, I think I'm happy there for now. I'll keep working on it, but I'm hopping off. I've had my progress. It's been nice. Short stream, but that's fine. I might be back later. This one doesn't seem as jarring. That's good. This is still a bit wouldn't say, yeah, well, it's undefined right now, but I'll get there. And then at some point I gotta tie together this punchline here. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna leave for now. Thank you people for watching. It's been a blast. I hope to see you guys later. Bye bye.